Rob, hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I'm good now. You're here. It's all good. Long
How,
time no see.
yeah, been a while. It's been a while. How you
I know
been?
you have not aged at all.
Thank you. I
You
don't
have
feel
you,
like
you
it
look
though.
exactly the same.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whatever you're doing, you need to share the secret.
Drinking a lot of Budweiser these days.
Canadian, I like that. Oh gosh, well we've got a good amount of people on, and it's you know what? Like I always say to every one of my guests, thank you so much for taking a moment to do this. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm going to start with your resume, bio, not resume. Everybody ready? I hate to, man, everybody's coming on. Okay. All right. So, Rob Bass from Harlem, New York, first began performing with various groups: Sure Shot 7, Cosmic 3 MCs, Freedom Force, and Disco Enforcers. He and partner DJ Easy Rock, whom he's known since the fourth grade, I love that,
hmm
would eventually separate from the groups to form Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Their first single, DJ Interview, came out on the Mike and Dave's label, Star Makers Records, in 1986. World to World Records would produce their second single, Make It Hot, in 1987. Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock's music began to gain momentum, and they would receive a distribution deal with Profile Records by 1988. This is when the magic happens.
Yep. Yep.
In 1988, Profile Records released Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock's debut album, It Takes Two. The album produced 3 top 10 hits: It Takes Two, Joy and Pain, and Get on the Dance Floor, which reached #1. Its title track became a massive single, and the album and single were certified by the RIAA on June 12, 1989, and December 28, 1989, respectively. So it's a single and the album went platinum, right?
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
Definitely.
Very nice. The single gained, sorry, I lost my place here. The single gained the Single of the Year honors from both Spin Magazine and The Village Voice. Additional singles, Get on the Dance Floor and Joy and Pain, continue to help push the album to multi-platinum status. I'm going to segue down to, in the last 30 years, Rob Bass has continued to make his mark on the hip-hop and freestyle worlds. Rob has had the opportunities to make countless television appearances on shows like The Monique Show, The Queen Latifah Show, Good Day New York, the sitcom The Game. The song It Takes Two has been featured in movies like The Proposal, Love and Basketball, The Sisters, and in commercials Yo Play, Burger King, the NFL Mobile, Target, and is now the current opening song for LL Cool J's Lip Sync Battle. I love that show. The
Yep.
song is a very popular choice on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and can be heard at almost every major sporting event. Rob Bass has also added celebrity DJ to his resume, as he was a guest DJ at the MSNBC White House Correspondents' Dinner in 2014. On October 12th, 2018, Rob Bass joined Salt and Pepper, All for One, Kid and Play, and En Vogue for the first ever hip hop residency in Las Vegas. I mean,
It goes
wow.
on and on.
No, I'm going to finish it. Rob Bass can currently be seen performing on stages around the world on the I Love the 90s tour, Back to the 90s, and Hammer's House Party. These tours include legendary acts like Salt and Pepper, Vanilla Ice, TLC, and MC Hammer. Please welcome the iconic, the legend, Rob Bass.
What up? What up? What up?
Man,
I'm
you
just
have been busy.
yeah. Before the quarantine, now just staying in the house.
You don't stop.
It's a beautiful run. It's a beautiful run.
Yeah.
Traveling all around.
Yeah.
And I love Canada. So
I know you do.
we went up there a few times with the tour. So it's just been amazing last 5 years.
Okay. But I know you've been coming to Canada like steady. Like Kyle was saying, because I had Kyle on 2 weeks ago. It was
hmm
like, but that we were at one point we're in Canada every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Back in the day, we was definitely out there a lot. With Chris Shepard and them.
Yes,
It
that's how
was
we met.
Yep. Every 2 weeks or every week we was out there. So it's great.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know, and I'll say it again. We toured. It was BKS, which I was part of that was the vocalist for, Rob Bass, and Genuine. And it was
hmm
all of us across Canada. So it was Crazy.
Beautiful time. Beautiful
It
time.
was. It was fun. It was
Hmm.
fun. I think you and I were the quiet ones.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we lay in the cut. We just, we be chilling.
I know. And I said to Kyle, what was funny about that is when I think the tour was finally over and we were back in Toronto, it was like, I think we did one show or something. And then all of a sudden you like turned to Kyle and said, I think to everybody around, he go, is it just me? Has anybody ever seen Simone dance? And I was like, why is he, what? No attention needed. No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Hmm.
And I think that was my cue to exit. I was like,
Oh,
okay, bye. It's been great. Love y'all. Gotta go. Bye. It was funny. It was funny. Oh gosh. Let me see. Where should I begin? Because there's so much. First of all, how are you and your beautiful family dealing with COVID?
well, like I said, the only time we really go out is to go to the store, go to the supermarket, and then, come back home. That's pretty much it because, man, I'm not playing around. A lot of people, they out there and they want to walk around, no mask and all that, but that's on them. Me,
Yeah.
I'm staying home. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you been going into the whole routine of the grocery shopping, wipe down the groceries, do like the whole bit? Isn't it? It's exhausting.
Oh, yeah, when you get the groceries in the house, you got to wipe them down. That's like a pain in the butt. That's a
And then the
pain right there.
clothes, you got to wash
Hmm.
the clothes, got to do the shoes. I'm just like, this is the new norm. I don't know if I can
Yeah.
keep up. I mean, by the time I finished that whole exercise, I hit the couch and I'm like, I'm done. I'm like,
Hmm.
that's it for me. Like legit, that's done.
Yeah.
Hmm. All
It's
right.
better. It's better just to chill in the house. That's
Yeah.
chill in the house.
Yeah. Because I've been seeing a lot of people in the States, because you guys opened right up, right? You already, I know Cuomo's kept you guys kind of slowly opening up, right?
Yeah, they slowly opening up things. I'm in
Yeah.
Jersey, so it's
Okay.
been in my area. It wasn't too bad. We got a few
Okay.
cases, but New
Okay.
York got hit hard. They got hit the worst. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, here's hoping this too shall pass,
It
right?
will. It
By
will.
next year, it'd be nice to go back to our previous norm.
I would love that to happen.
Yeah, I hear you. So, let me ask, what, we're going to go right to it. What inspired It Takes Two?
Hmm. Well, it's just weird how it happened. We was
Okay.
definitely, me and Easy Rock, we had to go in the studio one night and
Hmm.
we wasn't really prepared. We didn't have nothing together. So we just, was listening to a bunch of breakbeat albums and I liked one beat, he liked another beat. So we was like, all right, yo, we just gonna take both of these beats and come up
Okay.
with something. So we kind of mixed them two together and then we came up with It Takes Two. It was
That
that
was it.
simple. That was it.
Wow. And what about lyrically? Did you just freestyle over it or just you had like
Well,
a specific theme in mind? Like, did you have frequency that you're like, I want this to be a party anthem?
well, the beat was a party beat. So I
Yeah.
just wrote off of that. I heard when I was, once we got the beat together, we were sitting in the studio, I was listening to it and coming up with ideas and I just had some rhymes that was kind of prepared already and I just went in there and dropped it just like that. And it just fit perfectly. It's
You
amazing
just
how it
went
came
right in
together.
and freestyle. Like, but there was no.
It wasn't no, right into the beat. It was like just basically going in there, dropping some lyrics, and it came out perfect.
That's incredible. That is rare.
I can't believe how it happened. I thought it was just gonna be something that people would play in a tri-state area, like
Okay.
Manhattan, Bronx, and
Okay.
Queens, or something like that. I
Okay.
never thought that it would go all around the world. I thought it was just something for the neighborhood at the time.
That that song is like there's not a place you can go in the world that I don't think that doesn't know that song. Like, how does that feel?
Yeah. It feels great. It feels real good because everywhere we travel, they know the lyrics. Even the little kids, they know the lyrics and the song. So that's amazing to me to see a kid that wasn't even born when the
That's
record
right.
came out and they walking up to me singing the lyrics to me. I'm like, wow, this is incredible right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you ever? you know, just go out, or if you're traveling and say you're walking down the street, you're going to a venue and they're playing it. How does that feel to watch other people vibing to
Oh,
your track? They don't know that. Have you ever had that? If you're there and they don't realize
oh,
it's
yeah, all the
all,
time, all the
oh,
time. You know, I go in the store, the record is playing, and people bopping their head to it. I'm walking right next to them, and they don't even know it's me. So it's like
that's awesome.
it's funny. It's funny. It's a good feeling.
It is. Oh, for sure, for sure. That's awesome. I love that. What would I ask Rob Bass? Let me see. Let's see. So that's a good question. When it all took off for you, because did it just shot off like a rocket, right?
Well, not really. It took a little while. You know,
Okay.
it took a little while. I say about 4 months maybe before it really started to kick off. You know, because
Really?
yeah, they were playing it around the neighborhood and at the roller rinks and stuff like that. They was playing it there, and the local DJs started playing it, and then you know all of a sudden the radio really jumped on it. I don't know what happened. It just seemed like it happened overnight, and then you know one day I woke up, it was on prime time radio. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. You know,
Nice.
I started jumping around. I was like, yo, the record is playing on in the daytime now. You know, before
Yeah.
you might hear it on the weekends, on a
Yeah.
Saturday or something
Yeah.
like that. But they
Yeah.
started playing it every day, and I was like real excited about that. You know.
How was it? How was that? How did that affect your life?
Oh, my right then my life really changed real quick after that
Okay.
because then that's when the money started coming in, the shows started coming in, people
Mhm.
started knowing who I was, and it was like, oh man, it was like a dream come true at that time,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, your song, you are a hip hop pioneer. You
Thank
literally
you.
are. No,
Thank
but you
you.
are. That track that soared into the mainstream and took hip hop like right over. You
Yeah,
know, still
it was different, so you know.
it is. It's a different hip hop track, but I think from that era you go back to like Biz Markie, you know, like Kool Moe, all that. It was a different vibe for hip hop then. Anyway, there was party anthems were a thing. You know,
Mm.
like and it was okay to do a party anthem. I don't. Do you find that there's still enough of that now with the hip hop artists that are coming up?
Well, I think now, like most of the artists now, they try to make a record that's gonna be hit the pop charts also. You know, it ain't like before when I was coming up, a lot of rappers wanted to stay kind of underground and they
Yeah,
thought it was corny crossover and stuff. But now everybody crossing over. So it's like, you know, a lot of the artists, like I said, they coming out with records shooting for the pop charts and everything now. So it's like what it is what it is.
yeah. So now, yeah, no, crossing over is definitely a cool thing. I mean, but
Now,
as an artist, that's what you want. And what I also heard from a lot of, I know from a lot of younger artists coming up, they're always like, oh, but that's an old song, not your song specifically, talking about other artists generally, songs that have been around. And I'm like, but that's what you want. You want an anthem. You want a song that has the longevity that plays for 30, 40 years and beyond, you know, as opposed to something that just lasts for the moment. Would
yeah, a
you
lot of
agree?
artists, I definitely agree with that because like a lot of the rappers that, you know, started out around the time I was out, you know, you don't even hear from them anymore. Like people,
Exactly.
you don't hear their songs, you don't hear about them performing anywhere. But at that time, they were looking at me like I was doing something wrong, you know. But it takes two. We didn't mean the crossover; it happened on its own, you know. So, but at that time, yeah, they was kind
Yeah.
of mad at us. They was mad at me and Easy. They was like, "Ah, man, y'all selling out. How are we selling out? We made the record for the hood, you know, but it crossed over on its own, you know."
Hey, I mean, but what about like let's take it back even further. Rapper's Delight. That crossed over, you
Yep.
know, and again that was made for the hood and that just took off on its own too. And as I said before, it's like when a track is good, the talent is there and it's got the push and it just has that, I would guess, it factor.
hmm
It has a life of its own, you
Yep.
know?
There's a
So
lot of
with
records like
with
that.
joy
Yeah.
and yeah. Well with joy and pain, how did that one come together?
Well,
Because
Joy
that's
and
another
Pain was
party anthem.
definitely. I came up with that idea because that was like Joy and Pain by Frankie Beverly was a record. You know, my parents, they
That's
used to
right.
always play it. And, you know, I always loved that song. Always loved that song, to be honest. But one day
Yes.
I went to there's a roller rink in Harlem called Rooftop. So I was in there, you know, people
Okay.
skating around, and all of a sudden they threw on, you know, Frankie Beverly, Joy and Pain. And I seen like the kids my age, they were rocking to it. They was like bouncing and dancing. I was like,
Yeah.
hmm, what if somebody do a rap record to that joint, you know? So that's how I got the
Nice.
idea. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do a rap to this and see how this
Yeah.
come out, you know? And it worked.
Okay. Yeah, it did. So how did the beat come together for that? Was it something that you had?
Well, the beat we were in the studio just putting together a bunch of beats. You know, we had a bunch of beats because we was just, you know, staying in the studio just working, and
Okay.
we was playing that beat, and my good friend Omar Chandler, rest in peace, he
Okay.
came in the studio and he heard it, and then I told him the idea I wanted to do, and he just started singing on top of the beat, and I was like, "Yo, that's it right there," you know. And he sung the hook, and I did the rap, and that was pretty much it.
Nice. Nice. Hey, another, you seem to just you just had the ear.
I guess at that time, yeah, you know, I mean, I was in the parties all the time, so I knew what
Yeah.
people wanted to hear at the time. So
Yeah.
I seen what they was dancing to, and I just tried to give them something to dance to. That's what I was trying to do.
Okay. So if I take it way, way back, like before the groups you were part of, what was Little Rob Bass? What was his inspiration to start rapping and getting into the industry? What was it that made you want to do it in the first place?
Well, where I lived at, Lincoln Projects in Harlem, there was a rap group across the street. They used to come out and throw jams in the park,
Okay.
and
Okay.
they were called the Crash Crew. And they you know, I used to watch them a lot. And
Okay.
then what happened? A record comes out. We just talking about called Rapper's Delight.
Mm.
So I was like, whoa, this record is crazy. And the next thing you know, the group from across the street, they came out with a record called High Power Rap. And I
Okay.
was like, I think that was probably like people said that was one of the third rap record to ever come out, the one that they came out with.
Okay.
And it hit me right then. I was like, yo, this is what I wanted to do. So I was a young kid. I started writing rhymes, you know, because this was something, you know, definitely my interest. I just fell in love with hip hop after that, you know.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. So it was just very organic for you. Saw it, like was just saw it and you were like, I gotta do this.
Yeah, it was just something I loved it, you know. And then, you know, with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five coming out, and
Uh,
Treacherous 3 and all these guys, Curtis Blow, I was like, yo, this is something I want to do, you know. This is
you're calling all
definitely
the names that like Dougie Fresh.
Dougie. I used to hang with Doug back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
I learned a lot from Dougie because
Okay.
we used to travel around with him when he
Okay.
was performing, you know, because
Okay.
he was amazing back before he had that big record to show. You know, he was out there doing the human beatbox, and you know, he was doing his thing for a long time. So we used to just, you know, we used to hang with him and his DJs. And that was another thing. We watching those guys too, you know. So me
Yeah.
and Easy definitely just watching all these people. This is something we knew that we wanted to do, you know.
Nice. Nice. I love that. I'm trying to think of what else I would ask Rob Bass. Hmm. Best show, most memorable best show that you've had. Period. One that just stands out in your mind. I like to ask artists this because I know for each of us there's a specific moment. Was it the first show you did? Was it like the biggest show you did? Was a person that you met that inspired you at the show?
I always tell people, you know, one show that I could never get out my mind. We did a show, what was it called, a Budweiser Superfest,
Okay, I've heard
and
of that.
that was our first show that we ever did it was a stadium.
Okay.
So to perform at a stadium was like, what? We made it, man. We
Yeah.
performing at a stadium like where the
Yeah.
football players, you know, play at. And on that show, we had Patti LaBelle was on that show, and
Not,
that bugged me out. I was like, I couldn't believe what was happening. You know,
yeah.
Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to her. You know, that was like crazy. Then I got a chance to meet her. She was so sweet. It was like, yo, it was just a dream. I couldn't believe it was happening.
Well, you see, you're saying that, and just before, I think probably this morning, I got a message saying, "Oh my gosh, you having Rob Bass on?" I said, "Yeah." They go, "He is the nicest guy." I
Everybody always
thought
say
that was
that.
very cool.
That's cool.
So you're
Thank
saying
you.
that about Patty, and there's other people saying it about you.
Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, I just be me. You know, me and you are kind of like, we stay in the cut, we be quiet, and
Yeah.
you never see us running around going crazy or nothing. So, I guess that's what
You're
people
always
take
just
out of
kind
it.
of chilling in the background. I were like,
Yeah,
"When's the time to go on? Give me the mic."
yeah, yeah. Give me the mic. Let's go. Let's do what we gotta do.
I was always at the side of the stage when you guys would be on, and I'd be like watching the crowd, watching you guys, watching the crowd. Even when you graciously have me to your shows, and when you're in Toronto, I'm
Mhm.
always in awe. I always stand at this. I never get tired of seeing you guys do what you do. Like
Thank you.
never, never. And it's like I said, you're one of the nicest people. I don't know if people realize that, but you're one of the nicest people in the business, which is true,
Thank
which
you.
is very, very true. Now, do you have any memorable moments from touring across Canada?
Oh man, like I said, the Chris Shepard days was amazing. That's always gonna be my most memories is doing them shows with them. And I remember one time we was out there, and I think we stayed out there actually for like the whole week. I think one time we was out there and we stayed
Probably.
out there. It felt like we was living out there at one point. Going to the store, going to the movies.
Yeah.
It was just good times out in Canada. I love Toronto, man.
Okay.
That's my
We
favorite
there's a lot
spot.
of Toronto people coming up in this chat, and I can tell you they're all smiling when they hear that. We love to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. That's my second home.
Hey, we'll take that. We will take that. Well, did we all take you around for? Oh, there's Planet Law saying Rob. There you go. Did we take you around for some West Indian food?
I think I went. Yeah, we went a couple of times. We had some West Indian food
All
and
right.
a lot of, I mean, all the food that was out, man. We was eating everything, and
You
I
try to get the best of
and I
everything.
loved them. What's the big hot dogs that they used to have out there? The
Frankfurt?
guys, I mean, yeah, the big ones. They used to
Okay.
have them on the cart, and those are not like the ones in New York.
Street
Those
meat.
joints, they were
We call it
huge.
street meat. You mean
Yeah,
after at the club?
yeah. After the club, they be
Street meat.
outside.
Yeah. It's too funny. Yeah, those are good. Those
I didn't
are
know they
good.
was calling it street meat.
We call it street meat. Am I wrong? We're my Toronto people, man. Street meat. That's what we say. That's hilarious. So I got a question earlier today. Someone wanted to know, have you produced other artists? And
Well,
and if so, who?
I had done some stuff for Cal, you know,
Okay. Okay.
and he does very well overseas in some places like that. He
Okay.
does his little independent stuff, but as
Okay.
far as other producing other artists, not too many, no.
Okay. No, so you just kind of keep into what you do.
Yeah, basically.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Well, okay. Now, the question I'm going to ask you is, as an artist, we all go through highs and lows. And I always like to emphasize the struggle and, of course, to the success. Have you had that in your career and in your life?
Yeah, in the beginning, it was a lot of, like I always tell people, like in the beginning, like you're gonna get a lot of no's. You're gonna get a lot of no's. All you need is one yes.
Yes.
So, when we were, trying to come out and, put a record together, we had demos. We used to go to the record companies and they would always be like, no, we don't like it. No, we don't like it. We'll pass on that. We'll pass on this. So, it was real hard. It was a real struggle. Even
Yeah.
with It Takes Two, I think we took that around to a few companies and they passed on it. They was like,
Really?
nah, it's too fast. It's
I
not
bet you
what we
they
looking
wish
for.
they didn't. I
Now, yeah.
wish they didn't now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we had our struggles, like you said, we had two other records. We had DJ Interview, and we had a song called Make It Hot before we
Yes.
had It Takes Two. So it was hard, but you just gotta stay consistent,
Yeah.
consistent, and keep doing what you're doing, and or like I said, you only need one yes, one yes.
That's right. So what would you say to other artists who are out there going through that right now?
Stick in there, hang in there, hang in there. If it's in your heart and that's what you want to do, hang in there because it's going to happen for you if you just stick to it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So after doing this, because this song is now 32 years old,
Yeah, about that, I think, right?
somewhere around there,
I
right?
stopped counting.
Now, see that's showing off now. It's like, you know, what keeps you still inspired on stage?
I don't know. It's something with me. Like once I hit the stage, the crowd. When I see the crowd, you know, partying out there, screaming and yelling, or whatever, that gives me energy. You know, I feed off the crowd, and that's pretty much it for me. You know, the crowd.
The crowd does it.
Yep,
That's all you need.
that's it.
I like that. I like that. I think when we spoke earlier, you were at a store.
Yeah, we went to stop at. Well, my wife, she went to stop at a beauty supply store, so she
Oh,
was
okay.
in
I thought
there.
you were saying you were at your store, and I was like, there's a store that I have not been to when I went to New York. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh no, no, just a little
Oh, okay.
stop.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. That's awesome. Well, finally, like what I love to ask is, how do you feel about your legacy?
I feel, man, I feel I'm happy. I feel blessed because you know there's a lot of people that will never see the places I've seen and the traveling and getting to meet people, and I feel my legacy is good. I mean, you never heard about me doing nothing crazy or you know, I just put out records to make people have a good time and dance, and that's pretty much it. You know, that's it.
I love that. I love that. Well, and that I love the fact that you do it for the fans, and that you just, like I said, you're just a chilled out, laid back guy, and you're like, when you hit that stage, you're like, go. You know,
Hmm.
you can tell you love what you do. Now, what would be the coolest place you've been and the most inspirational person you met, other than Patty?
Well, I met a lot of people. Coolest place, oh man, I have to say, I gotta say Toronto was one of them. You know, I gotta shout Toronto out. But I never will forget when we went to Bermuda. Was it Bermuda? Yeah, Bermuda. It was
Okay.
beautiful. That was place was so
Okay.
beautiful. I had such a good time there. It was like
Nice.
I couldn't believe it, you know. And as far as like people, I met so many people. It's hard really to pick one. You know, I met a lot of
Any
people.
other legends?
Oh, MC Hammer, that's my boy. You know, I love my homeboy Fat Joe. You know,
Yes.
so I mean, there's a lot of them. A lot of them.
Okay. That's incredible. Well, I'm going to open it up if anybody wants to ask any questions. If you have a question, type it in there, and Rob is here. So if you have anything to ask or any comments you'd like to make or compliments you'd like to give him, this is your moment. So let's give them a moment to come up. Let's see if anybody has anything to say. Oh, Fat Joe, yes. So we're going, did I miss one? Did I miss any? These two entities, you play on the radio, commercial, or movie. Someone asked, do you still get royalties when It Takes Two is played on the radio, commercial, or movie?
Yes, yes. Those checks are nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
Um, what rapper now or present would you like to work with?
Uh, I mean, honestly, right about now, I'm not really interested in recording right now. So, you know,
Okay. Everybody wants
nobody,
you.
I've just, I don't
You're too humble, Rob.
know.
You're too humble. Let's see. Planet 12 Law says, the incredible bass is my favorite. There you go. So there you go.
Wow, thanks. I appreciate that. I
There
really
you go.
appreciate that.
Scrolling back here. Let's see. Uh, Make sure I don't miss anything. Everybody's diehard Rob Bass fan. Oh, somebody said make it hot was his jam. There we go.
That's one of my favorites too. Make it hot.
Yeah.
It doesn't get the props that it should. That's one of my favorite songs.
Okay. Maybe it's time for a remix and put
Good
it out,
idea.
re-release.
Maybe.
Yeah. I can say that I was a catalyst for that. Thank you. Let's see if there's anybody else before we literally love you, Rob. We literally love you, Rob. Been a fan from 19. How long? Let's see. Oh, I saw DJ Easy Rock bring in a MPC 2000 and rocked it live. Awesome show.
Wow. MPC. Yep,
Yeah.
he used to travel with it sometime, yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Let's see. My favorite Rob Bass song is Don't Sleep on It.
Wow.
Yeah, you got some diehard fans.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like that song too.
Here you go. Rob's like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see. A few more here. Nice. See, another person said nice and so laid back. There you go. Exactly.
Thank you.
Let's see. I think Fat Man Scoop was in it. We both learned from Doug E. And I know,
What?
like, he said, Fat Man Scoop said you and him both learned from Dougie Fresh.
Oh yeah, definitely. Fat Man Scoop used to be around us back in the day before none of us had records. Me and Fat Man Scoop used to hang out and do shows and, go to block parties and perform, It was a whole group of us. It was Biz, Fat Man Scoop, Doug. It was a lot of us back then, a lot of us.
That's fantastic, though. That had to be. What was it like in that kind of climate? Because that is, I don't really know if that sort of climate is there now.
Yeah, well, at that time, everybody, we wanted to be rappers, we wanted to, so we would, go to block parties and get on the mic, perform, we didn't know that one day all of us would have hit records, that's the crazy thing.
But that's usually how it happens. It's a cluster of talented people, and everybody
Mm-hmm.
branches out, and it's like, hey, boom, 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 because you all had the same goal and the same energy at that time. There's something about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something about that time because hip hop has changed. What do you think about hip hop now?
Well, I just look at it like this. I just feel it's a different time. It's a different time. A lot of people my age, they always say, "Oh, I don't like hip hop now. I don't, I ain't feeling this. I ain't feeling that." But the way I look at it is, it's just a different time, and it might not be for you, but the kids out here, they love it, and I just give them props because when we was coming out in our era, the older crowd, they were saying, "Oh, what is this hip hop stuff? Oh, this stuff is horrible. Oh, what are they doing?" And I don't want to fall in that category, because the young kids out here, they doing their thing. I give them props.
Yeah, do you find it's harder now to make it in the industry than back then?
I wouldn't say that. I think it was harder in our time because
Oh,
now it's more, you got the internet, you got, it ain't like you had to really grind. Like, well, you got to grind, but when we had to grind, we didn't have social media. We had to really go to these places, go to the record company, and perform at places so we could get a name. Nowadays people a lot of people that just they make the song, do a video, put it on
right.
YouTube, and then that's it.
Yeah. There's a comment that just came up. I played your CD so much my grandmother hit it.
Wow.
I love that. Oh, another comment here. But yet most older folks now won't even dance until It Takes Two comes on. That is true.
I love that.
That is true. That is so true. Another one, Turn It Out, is my favorite, number one favorite Rob Bass song. His flow and rhyme scheme on that joint influenced the hell out of me.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I heard that a few times. Yeah, that was one of my best lyrical records right there.
Okay. Well, Rob, again, I think you are incredible. I love your humility with all that you have done musically, the impact that you have made. Are you really aware of how much of an impact you've made? Because you're so chill. I don't think you Do you really realize the impact you've made on music?
I just feel blessed. That's all I can say. I just feel blessed.
There's a man, so humble. You are an incredible person. You really are.
Thank you.
You really are. Well, I'm going to say thank you. And again, I'm giving you guys one last chance. If you have anything to say, how you like that Jazzy Jeff do a famous routine off It Takes Two.
Love it.
I
I
haven't
love
seen
it.
that.
Jazzy Jeff, yeah, he got a routine. He does what it takes to is amazing. I love it.
Okay, I got to check this. Is it on YouTube?
I mean, I've seen it a few. Yeah, it's on YouTube, all
Okay,
over. You know.
nice. Oh, another question here. Who is your favorite current rapper? Or do you have a
Huh.
few?
I can't really. I mean, I like the. You ever heard of the Baby? I think I like him. You know, he got
Okay.
some nice stuff, but you know, I like Drake. You know.
Okay. Yeah, we're not complaining when you say that about Toronto. You know that, right?
Yeah, Drake, I like his. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there I like, but I'm not really like one to buy a whole album. You know, with certain songs I like, and I just go with that.
Okay, but you're still so out there supporting other artists, which is great.
Mm,
Nice,
definitely.
nice. Well, oh, and here comes some more. Oh, Drake. Hey, Drake is not horrible. Torontonian, what's up with that? Hey, hey.
DJ Excitement, what's up?
Oh, you know, there he is. Yes. He's always like, Drake's horrible. Like, what? We got to give Drake some props. He's amazing. I still think It Takes Two is one of the greatest rap songs ever. My kid knew it word for word by 3. I made sure of it.
Wow. Thank you. I
There you go.
appreciate it.
There you go. Old school is the best. And I got to say, I would agree with that. I love old school.
Me too.
I'm one of those people that won't get up until I hear It Takes Two. So,
Wow.
and that song for me was like that hit in Toronto and it was everywhere. So so when I finally got to go on tour with you guys, I was like, this is actually a very cool moment. I was like, this is actually very, I don't even think I got a picture. Did we even take pictures back in those days? I don't think we did.
Well, no, we didn't have camera phones, so you
Yeah,
know,
I don't think anybody was really taking pictures.
not really. I wish we would have, you know.
Yeah, because I think you and I bumped into each other. You, DJ, Easy Rock, and Kyle. We were all in an airport passing by each other, and I was like, we all went, hey.
Yeah,
I have that
yeah.
that picture. I have that
Okay,
one. I
okay.
have that one. I think I was on my way to Detroit, but I know it was Denver Airport, and we were just happened to be crossing paths at that
Walking
time.
by.
Yeah.
To the connecting flights.
Connecting flight, exactly. Here's another one. I better love Rob. He sampled my uncle Straff. Okay.
Strafe, she's saying.
Strafe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. Anyway, Rob, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you next time you're back in Toronto.
Cool.
All right. You're amazing and wishing you much continue. Another 40 years?
Yeah, I'm
Another
ready.
50 years?
I'm ready.
Hey, I know you are. I know you are. Oh, there we go. Set it off. All right. Thanks. All right, everybody.
Straight set it off. Yeah.
There you go. Straight
That
set
was
it off.
one of the beats that me and Easy Rock, he liked that beat and I had like the Think beat, and then we didn't blend them together. We actually kind of recreated the straight set it off beat.
Okay.
So we went in there, recreated it, and put our own, you know, little bit to it. But yes, Strafe, yep, no doubt. One love, Strafe.
Okay. And see, as soon as I'm saying goodbye, everybody's coming up with more questions. Another person, what inspires you today?
Inspire me.
Today. Or do you mean day? I'm assuming daily, day by day in your career. And I think you'd answered that. I think it's the fans, right?
Yeah, definitely the fans. The
Yeah.
fans getting out there, watching the crowd react and have a good time. That give me inspiration all the time. You know?
Yeah, I can see that. Well, we're saying goodbye to Rob now. So if you guys have, you've got all of 10, 15 seconds. Oh, there's 2 other questions that popped up. See? Here we go. All right. There we go. Will you be touring again in 2021?
If the COVID thing is over, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we're gonna be back out there. We just waiting for this thing to be over with and then
You
hit
have
the
any
road
upcoming,
again.
you have any upcoming dates this year, or no? You just wait until next year.
Well, a lot of stuff got postponed and canceled,
Yeah.
and a lot of places is kind of on lockdown, so you really can't go and perform anywhere right now. So I guess we just gonna have to wait it out.
Pretty much. I don't think any of us have a choice.
Nope.
There's a point you get to know your family and make all those special moments, because once it kicks in again, it'll be like we're making up for the entire 2020.
Yep. Because I know once it kick back in, everybody gonna be wanting to party. So it's gonna be crazy. I
And so I
can't
think
wait.
that's already happening. People are like, "It's summer. There's no COVID." I'm like, "Yes, there is. Stay home." Like, stay home.
T
It's crazy.
Flex, what up, T Flex?
There you go. See, everybody's coming on now. Not a question, just stating that Rob is the man. Ah, thank you. Thank you. I'll take the compliment. Thank you, guys. Anyway, Rob, I know you've got a life to live and things to do, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. And let me give a
All right.
shout out to my man DJ Excitement. T Flex is in the building. We'll see you on the road. T Flex, he used to travel with us on the road too.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Nice, nice. All right,
So
guys. Oh, let's see, looking good though, and all them saying looking good too. All right,
thank you.
guys. Bye, Rob. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and we'll be in touch.
All right, talk to you.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.